You need to see that now we are in the analysis of Wien-Bridge oscillator, right? Analysis of Wien-Bridge oscillator. So this is the Wien-Bridge oscillator circuit. You need to see carefully this. So this top part will indicate that amplifier, and this down part indicates the feedback circuit. Again, this feedback network, again you need to draw like a Wien-Bridge network. So this is the Wien-Bridge network, like which is a feedback network from Wien-Bridge oscillator circuit we designed. Okay, then you need to remember that. See, this is the analysis for your Wien-Bridge oscillator. Just you have to remember. So you know that your non-inverting amplifier voltage gain is equals to 1 plus Rf by R1. Yes or no? So here non-inverting amplifier gain is A is equals to 1 plus Rf by R1. Then feedback vector beta is equals to, so based on the previous analysis, beta is equals to feedback voltage divided by output voltage. That equals to Z2 by Z1 plus Z2. You know it, Z1 is equals to R1 plus 1 by SC1. You need to simplify that. You will get it 1 plus SR1C1 by SC1. Then Z2 is equals to R2 into 1 by SC2 by, so here R2 and C2 are in parallel. So because of that reason we are getting R1 R2 by R1 plus R2. R1 R2 by R1 plus R2. So based on that formula, R2 into 1 by SC2 by 1 plus S R2 C2 by S C2. So SC2 is going to cancel. Then you will get it R2 by 1 plus S R2 C2. You need to simplify the, you need to substitute Z1 and Z2 values in the beta equation. Z2 by Z1 plus Z2. So in that equation, you need to substitute Z1 and Z2 values. Once if you substitute both values in the beta equation, then you will get it the simplified expression beta is equals to SR2 C1 by 1 plus, you need to take S common from all terms, R1 C1, R2 C2, R1 C1 plus R2 C2 plus R2 C1 plus S square R1 R2 C1 C2. So up to now we discussed. Now we are going to do the after simplification of that beta value. Substitute, or you need to put S is equals to j omega in the beta equation. You need to put S is equals to j omega. S equals to j omega in the beta equation. And then what you will get it, you need to write it here. Beta is equals to j omega, here we have S, right? J omega R2 C1 divided by one plus j omega into R1 C1 plus R2 C2 plus R2 C1 into, here we have S square. S square is nothing but j square omega square. J square means minus 1. So here you will get it minus omega square R1 R2 C1 C2. Write it as it is. R1 R2 C1 C2. So for R to be general quantity, here the R to be general quantity. So here the real part will be equals to 0. Here the real part will be equals to 0, not imaginary part in the Wien-Bridge oscillator. So you need to equate real part equals to 0. Here you need to write real part equals to 0. Real part equals to 0. 1 minus omega square R1 R2 C1 C2 equals to 0. Then you need to take here omega square R1 R2 C1 C2 equals to 1 equals to 1. Then omega square is equals to 1 by R1 R2 C1 C2. Omega equals to 1 by square root R1 R2 C1 C2. You know it, omega is equals to 2 pi f. 2 pi f. Omega equals to 2 pi f. Assume that f is equals, let us assume f naught is equals to 1 by R1 R2 C1 C2. We have a square root for that. Then f naught is equals to f naught is equals to f naught is equals to 1 by 2 pi 1 by 2 pi square root R1 R2 C1 C2. Let us assume if we have a C1 C2 is equals to C, R1 R2 is equals to R. Let us assume C1 C2 equals to C. Then R1 R2 equals to R. Assume that. And then substitute those values in that equation. What you will get it, f naught is equals to 1 by 2 pi RC. By 2 pi RC, f naught is equals to 1 by 2 pi RC. Up to now clear? Respond. So f naught is equals to 1 by 2 pi RC. Up to now clear? You don't have any doubt, right? Students, please respond. 31. Fine. F naught is equals to 1 by 2 pi RC. Then next, we have a condition for oscillations. We have condition for oscillations. R is equals to R2 C1 by R1 C1 plus R2. Remaining we have, right? Remaining imaginary part we have. We need to see that. The remaining, here the real part equals to 0. We already do it that. Now we have an imaginary part, right? Now we have imaginary part. Now we have imaginary part. We need to see that imaginary part. Okay. So in this imaginary, you need to see the condition for that. R is equals to R2 C1 divided by R1 C1 plus R2 C2 plus R2 C1. So in that, you know it R1, R2 is equals to R. R1 equals to R2 equals to R. Let us assume that R1 equals to R2 equals to R and C1 equals to C2 equals to C. Then what we will get it? R equals to RC divided by RC plus RC plus RC, 3 RC. Here we are getting 3 RC. This RCs will going to cancel. Then we are getting 1 by 3. Therefore, you know it the gain or sustained oscillations A beta. Sustained oscillations A beta is greater than or equals to 1. Greater than or equals to 1. Here we know it, this is the beta actually. Sorry, not R value. This is the beta value. Okay. So A beta mod A beta is greater than or equals to 1. You know it beta value, right? Mod A is greater than or equals to 1 by beta. Mod A equals to, or mod A is greater than or equals to 1 by 1 by 3. That equals to mod A equals to 3 or greater than or equals to 3. Here we know it for non-inverting operational amplifier gain 1 plus RF by R1. RF by R1 is 3 here. First you need to do here RF by R1 R1 equals to 2. RF is equals to 2R1. RF is equals to 2R1. See here we are finding this A value, okay, beta value, okay, and RF value, F0 value. So all are finding with the help of analysis part of Wayne Bridge oscillator. Up to now clear? I think you don't have any doubt regarding this Wayne Bridge oscillator. Yes or no? You don't have any doubt in the derivation part of our analysis of Wayne Bridge oscillator. Is it clear? I think you people don't have any doubt regarding this. Guys, respond please. Please respond anyone. If you not respond, what it indicates you are not able to understanding the concepts. Yeah.
Yes,
Now
sir.
okay, fine. Now we need to put heading. We have only few rest of 2 topics from the third unit. So most probably Monday I will close the third unit and I will start the fourth unit also. Put heading triangular waveform generator. Triangular waveform generator. Triangular waveform generator. Triangular waveform generators. Generator. See, a triangular waveform generator is generated by integrating a square waveform. A triangular waveform is generated by integrating a square waveform. A square waveform. A triangular waveform generator formed by connecting an integrator to square wave generator. A triangular waveform generator formed by connecting an integrator to square wave generator. We need to draw the diagram for that. We need to draw the diagram for this first. Draw the diagram carefully. is the here you need to connect a capacitor C1, capacitor voltage inverting, non-inverting terminals is the resistor R. Okay, let us assume this is the op-amp 1. Here we have a feedback factor into V0. Resistor R1 and R2. Then here you need to connect these two integrator. Here we have a compensating resistor is connecting to here non-inverting input terminal of the op-amp. This is the R compensating resistor. Compensating resistor. This is the A2 op-amp 2 resistor R3. Here you need to connect resistor, capacitor, C2 and R4. Okay, here we are getting the square wave, right? This is the square wave generator. A triangular wave generator forming by connecting an integrator to square wave generator. Okay, here we are getting that one V01 plus V saturation to minus V saturation. This is the plus V saturation. This is the minus V saturation. This is the square wave generator. Square wave generator. Square wave generator. Square wave generator. This is integrator diagram. This is integrator diagram. So combination of these two, we are getting is the triangular waveform generator diagram. If you combining both, then you will get it the triangular waveform generator. Okay. See, for this we need to draw. Here we are getting output voltage V0, right? Triangular output we are getting here, like this. Okay, now plus VRAM2 plus VRAM plus VRAM2 minus VRAM. Okay, and you need to draw the dot also, no? First you need to draw the square wave. So after that you need to draw the like this. Okay, this is the diagram. First square wave means plus V saturation. Vs means V saturation. Okay, this is minus V saturation. This is minus V ram. This is the plus V ram. Okay. This is the time period T. Then we need to discuss about this diagram first. See, in this circuit consists of dual op amps. This circuit consists of dual op amps A1 and A2. Two capacitors C1, C2. First you need to write it whatever we have from the circuit diagram. The circuit consists of dual op amp, two capacitors and at least 5 resistors. You need to count it, at least 5 resistors, R1, R2, R3, R4, R and R compensating resistor. The frequency of square wave and triangular wave is same. The frequency of the square wave generator as well as triangular wave generator is same for fixed values of R1, R2 and resistor R1, R2, capacitor and resistor R. The frequency of square wave and triangular wave is same for fixed values of R1, R2, R3, R4 and RC. The amplitude of square wave is constant at plus or minus V saturation. So the amplitude of the square wave generator is plus or minus V saturation, which will be constant only. While the amplitude of triangular wave will decreases as frequency increases. While the amplitude of triangular wave is constant and triangular wave will decreases as frequency increases. If the frequency value increases, what will happen? The triangular wave amplitude value will be decreases. So this is because the reactance of capacitor C2 in feedback circuit. If the frequency value increases, the amplitude value will be decreases. So that is because the reactance of the capacitance C2 in feedback circuit decreases at high frequencies. The feedback factor will be decreases at high frequencies. So here a resistance R4, we discussed C2 now. So a resistance R4 is connected across C2 to avoid saturation problem at low frequencies in case of practical integrators. So why we need to connecting R4 across the capacitor means because of avoiding the saturations problem at low frequencies in case of practical integrators. This is the integrator circuit, this is square wave generator. The combination of those two is the triangular waveform generator. Okay, why we need to connecting R4 across the capacitor C2 means to avoiding the saturation problem at low frequencies in case of practical integrator. Here using less number of components, the circuit consists of two level compensators or comparators. Here we have a number of components are less. The circuit consists of two level comparator followed by integrator. Using less number of components, the circuit consists of two level comparator followed by integrator. The output of comparator A1 is square wave of amplitude plus or minus V saturation, and which is applied to input terminal of the integrator A2, and the A2 producing triangular waveform generator. So the meaning of this statement is, here we have a less number of components using for designing a triangular waveform generator. So because of that reason, which will be act as a two level comparator followed by integrator. So the first square wave generator will act as a comparator. Okay, and the output of the comparator A1 is square wave of amplitude plus or minus V saturation. So that output value will be connecting to input of integrator A2, and that A2 is producing triangular waveform generator. That A2 will be producing triangular waveform generator. So the triangular waveform generator is feedback input to the A1. Feedback input to the A1. You need to see that also. Here we are connecting the feedback to A1. The output of the square wave is connecting to that A1 through a voltage divider R1 and R2. Through a voltage divider R1 and R2. Through voltage divider R1 and R2. Okay, you need to see that carefully. The explanation of this is, here we have two circuits combining square wave generator and integrator. The square wave generator output is connecting to input of integrator. Okay, so you need to see the circuit carefully. So the circuit is consists of, you need to remember, dual op amp, 2 capacitor and at least 5 resistors. And the frequency of square wave and triangular wave is same for fixed values of R1, R2, R3, R and C values. And here the amplitude of square wave generator or the square wave is constant at plus V saturation to minus V saturation. It is shown in the expected waveforms. So while the amplitude of triangular wave will be decreases as frequency increases. This is because the reactance of capacitor C2 in feedback circuit decreases at high frequencies, and the R4 resistor is connected across the C2 due to avoiding the saturation problem at low frequencies in case of practical integrator. So here we are using less number of components for designing your circuit. So because of that reason, this A1 will act as a comparator, two-level comparator by integrator. So the output of the comparator A1 is square wave of amplitude plus or minus V saturation and applied to input terminal of integrator A2, producing triangular waveform. Okay, in the next class we will discuss the remaining concepts. Okay, so now we need to